So I have recently, I'm going to call it finished. I'm probably going to add some things to it. I might even split it up into two different binders and add a lot more things to it. But I'm going to say that I have recently finished my Classical Conversations Cycle 3 binder. First off, this wonderful, beautiful cover is from an artist on Etsy, and I have a lot of her stuff in here. I did not draw this. I did color it in, but that's about it. So not taking credit for this, but let's open it up and see what else we've got. Okay, so as we get in here, I will be putting my Cycle 3 Geography Trivium table in here as soon as I find it. It is somewhere floating around my house. So for now, I've got a United States of America map. This is from BrainQuest. And it has all the state flags at the top and bottom here. It has the states and the capitals and, a couple little pictures in there. And it was just kind of a cutesy thing out of the back of a BrainQuest book. Then this was a fold out on the 50 states book. So it's got a much larger map there that also shows Canada and Mexico, to give us a little bit more perspective. And this is going to be an easier one for my daughter to trace because the lines are very simplified. Then we have some much larger images of the state flags on this side and presidents on this side. So I thought that was very helpful. So we're going to keep that in the pocket there, if I can get them back into the pocket with one hand. Haha, I'm doing it. Yay, that worked. Okay. On this side, we've got some of our quick reference stuff. So this is a 50 states flipper. I actually got this on eBay, used. I have no idea where it comes from, but it's really cool. So you can flip it up and it's got facts on either side. I like that it's on this little hole punched thing, so it's meant to go in a binder, and just really nice and fun, and I like the sound it makes even. So I liked that. And then on the opposite side, it's a quick reference for the 50 states and their capitals. Then we have my U.S. government. This was actually mine in high school. So this is quite old, but you can still find these spark charts, I think is who make. No, this one is Quick Study Academic. So I have no idea if they're still a thing, but that's where I got this one from, I guess. And then this one is a spark charts. So this is my world history one, just so that, we can kind of place things in a context if we need to say, okay, well, yes, in 1492, Columbus made the first of 4 trips to the Caribbean on 3 Spanish ships, but what else was happening around 1492? So then you can kind of find other things that were happening in the world on that. And then to remind us of what was happening in European history at the same time, we have the European history spark charts to give us that extra context. Obviously, my daughter is quite young. This is not for her to read. This is for me to read and just fill in information. Then we have the art history spark charts. Same thing, just looking at the history and saying, okay, well, what was happening in context at that time in the world of art history? Next, we have Latin noun endings. This was from Cycle 1, but it is a good quick reference. And then the fill in for it. And these are laminated and hole punched, so they're dry erasable. Then we have the markings on the globe. Once again, laminated and dry erasable. Then skip counting. This I actually got out of Gather Round Homeschool. They have it in the appendixes at the back of some of their social studies units. So this was just a nice world chart. Once again, laminated and dry erasable, and specifically Europe And then I need to laminate this one and put it back in there. But this is by the same artist that did the cover. And then this is the geographic map of the United States. This is the Latin verse that we will be translating this year. A little quick reference on the human body. It was very cute. The periodic table. Little coloring page for the periodic table. And then this goes into some tin whistle stuff for us to go through because I didn't have anywhere else to put it in the binder, so I just put it up front with the reference stuff. Next, we have our schedule for our Classical Conversations group and some very specific breakdowns of that schedule, contact information, roster, map of our meeting place. Then we get into some fun stuff. The timeline song hand motions. More hand motions just kind of written out. More stuff for the group. And presentation reminders so that we can remind her what she's working on for the presentation points, and how to kind of walk her through doing presentations for the first time and how to be a good listener. Then we get into the actual weeks. Now, you can get the numbered tabs that actually show the correct week numbers, but I just got the 1 through 10 numbered tabs because I had them on hand and I know how to add. So I'm fine with this. So then we go into the week and we start with the skip counting. So we have the dry erasable skip counting page. And then I've already started filling this out. My daughter is not going to be filling these out herself because she is quite young. So I will be filling them out just with her on the first day of each week. So we have the timeline on one side, Latin, English, science, then the history sentence, and geography, and math. And then we have some stuff from our CC group for the first week that they've given us. And then I kind of threw in some older stuff just as like review from previous years, cycles. So if it didn't match up in time, like based on dates, then I would just kind of throw it in randomly. But I did try to match things up based on dates. So in 1492, Columbus stuff, so 1400s, so I threw this in. Same thing, 1400s, so I threw this one in. 1400s, threw this one in. 1200 to 1500, so I threw that in. Same thing. So that she just has, we're not going to try to like rememorize these or memorize them for the first time if she didn't get them before. But just so that she has kind of a reference, we'll go back through those songs so that she kind of remembers what's going on in the rest of the world at that time. Or in some of these, some of this is North America. So what's going on in just other places in North America. And then I kind of have that for each week. You can see I have not filled this out yet, but I'll try to leave a link to this Etsy shop down below because I really do like what she produced. And I think this is the first year I've gotten her stuff, and I think I'm going to get more of it. These are not from her. These were just free I think I got these on the Facebook group. But that is kind of how I have laid out each week of Classical Conversations. So thanks for watching and kind of looking through this with me. And I will be sure to share more of what we're doing